All right. I wanted to do this quick video because I saw a lot of people, either getting 8.8s for their IS300s or, trying to figure out what can they do to upgrade their diff. So the route I took the kind of conventional route. I did some research. I went with the Gs300, Gs400, pumpkin, and the Cos 2A LSD. That was just my personal opinion. I've seen people make a considerable amount of power. A couple people, and it helped fine. I think the price point was a lot better than the grandest kit, which is like $4,000. That's just me. I think this rear end ratio is a 3.26. My transmission, I have a T56 Magnum F, which is a 2.66 ratio. So, that's kind of what I made it because I'm doing drag racing primarily and like roll racing. So that's what I did. That works for me. And the price point was a whole lot better. These pumpkins are like $100. The axles are considerably cheaper, and they're actually larger than the IS300 axles, which I think I use like a LS400 axle and a GS300/400 axle, which is $100 a piece versus some drive shaft shop axles that are really expensive. And out of my price point, personally, right now, I think this is a little bit more affordable for me. And if it holds up to the power that I'm going to throw at it, then then great. And it's already been proven before, so I don't think that should be a big deal at all. But yeah, that's about it. I got these battle version solid ear mounts. The other top portion to it's in the house. But yeah, other than that, my battery did die when I installed all this stuff, but I bought new bearing races for the actual LSD unit itself. I got this piece from Collins, the battle version. Everything else, I went to the junkyard when I got some axles and got the bolts, whatever. Now, as far as mounting things up, you do have the option to go to Figs and get their bolt-in kit. You still have to cut the front of the subframe out to fit these ears in, and then you weld it in. But it does make things a little bit easier because it's a bracket that bolts in. I'll place a picture right here. It bolts in, and then you cut out and then re-weld so these ears fit, because these ears are wider than the IS300, as you should know. And then the back Figs makes some welding, like circular mounts that line up with these holes that you can make the back solid. Now, the only thing, I think one of the things that's not talked about is the bracing. Fig sells a kit, like a little plate that you can put on the back. I put a picture like right here that kind of like braces up the back of the subframe, because it is a weak point that will probably break. But then a guy I talked to by the name of 2J, put his Instagram right here, he went one step further and got some steel bars and then kind of made like the letter M, that kind of bridged the gap in between the front plate that he added on and then the original subframe to kind of tie everything together, which I think actually did a really good job of kind of bracing the rear end. But he also did that, because he's getting an 8.8 kit. I'm going to be keeping my GS400 for now. I have it. There's no point of, upgrading or whatever. So I'm going to throw in some pictures and videos of the process of me putting this together. It was like I said, it was real easy. You just need a press to get, some old bearings off, get these old bushings out, stuff like that. But it wasn't anything too difficult. The ring gear went on fine, and I torqued everything to spec, I think. And then, we'll go from there. So as you can see, you got the Cos there, some diff fluid, some more pictures and whatnot. So I'm just kind of showing how I tore down everything, you know, heating the ring gear up, things like that nature, pressing the bearing race on, you know, just a general, you know, Harbor Freight press with some tools.
Yeah.
Will
He said he got his car
job
painted, and
to get everything
like
done.
2 days later,
If you need
somebody
to get done
scratched it.
to get, I bought Toyota.
Well, whenever he got the car painted,
Not
he said next year he was going to do
reuse
turbo.
the ones from
It's
the
like, just go right back to Josh.
differential. So here we are burning the old bushings out. Just the easiest way to go about it. My boy Josh, I'll link his Instagram down below. It's amazing at what he does. He helped me out with the install, which I truly appreciate. Thank you, Josh. Um, yeah, that's about it. We just kind of jammed it out, and he kind of helped me, or I was helping him rather, do the install because he's done it before. So simple tools are always best. Josh is made this contraption that pulls bushings in so easily. I'm so happy he had this. I don't know why he made this or used it, but as you can see, it works awesome. Next we have the diff. It's in the casing. As you can see, everything went in great. Everything's bolted down. So we have a subframe that was modified by Free Engineering. This cost me $800 to do. They CNC some discs that you can see in the back to hold the back of the diff up. Then they welded the front. You know, they modified it to hold the ears and went from there. You know, I think they did a good job. You know, there's some fitment issues, but, you know, that's to be expected when you don't have a... Since I do have a fresh diff, I think I'm going to use a combination of the discs that they gave me plus some Figs engineering stuff, and Josh will weld up the front ears to make sure everything mates up correctly. And I think a conglomerate of different companies will get me a good solid subframe. So as we can see, everything was finished. You know, everything fit well. I think the LS400 and a GS300/400 axles is what was used. And like I said before earlier in the video, those axles are larger than the IS300, so they shouldn't be a problem handling plenty of horsepower. You know, as long as you're not abusing it too much, you know, things should be fine. You know, I do plan to get like some figs, suspension components and things like that, so I can have better traction when I'm going down the track. So iteration 2 of this subframe will definitely, hopefully be good and things like that. And as far as, the next picture, as you can see, the Collins adapter is in there. You do have to cut the gas shield a little bit because of how, tucked up the diff has to be. It is a very tight fitment. I am on the fence, going in between the Freed Engineering pieces that I had made versus getting the Figs ones that'll give me a little bit more adjustability. As you can see right now, it's really, really tucked up, but, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to talk to Josh first and see what the best plan of action is to get this diff in the right place. But, the last picture, everything's all fit up nice and everything like that. So, it definitely worked. It's just a tight fit. So, hopefully we can make it work again and go from there. So to wrap things up, yes, the Gs two-way and a GS300 400 and a IS300 works. Yes, it fits. Yes, you have to modify stuff, but it works and it's affordable. Way affordable than the 8.8 kit. So there are options for people. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on the second iteration, but that's it for now.